wholesome ASMR. My name is Matt, and today we're just gonna be kind of winding down. It's been a long day. I kind of feel myself coming down with a cold, so I'm gonna just try to keep it nice and relaxed. And yeah, I think first up, someone asked for Sweet 16 picks. For those of you who have been following college basketball, we're down to the Sweet 16. For those of you who have joined the Wholesome ASMR Bracket Challenge, you've probably been following how my bracket is doing, and I will say we've had some good calls and we've had some bad calls, so we can review that a little bit and make our predictions for the Sweet 16. So, for those of you who don't know, we'll just go through the actual Sweet 16 right now, and then we'll talk about some of the picks we had made. So we have Auburn against Michigan at the top of the South region, and I predicted this. My Wolverines are doing all right, but I still don't think that they can beat Auburn. I think Auburn's just too complete of a team. They shoot the ball too well. But we'll hold off on predictions for now. We have Ole Miss and Michigan State. So I actually don't think MSU's looked that impressive, but that means that they're probably going to turn it on these next couple games and somehow make the Final Four, which is unfortunate. This is one of the teams that I did not have going anywhere is Ole Miss. I thought they'd be a first round exit to North Carolina, and they technically almost did choke it, but they moved on and then beat Iowa State pretty handily. So good job, Ole Miss. I did not have you guys doing anything. We got Florida and Maryland barely, actually both Florida and Maryland barely advanced. Florida was in a battle against UConn, and Maryland had a buzzer beater, controversial buzzer beater, against Colorado State. Comment down below if you think that was a travel or not. I think it was cool for Maryland to be on the right side of the buzzer beater, but yeah, we don't really have any Cinderellas this year. And then we have Texas Tech and Arkansas, and this is my hot take, and the thing I'm most proud of for this bracket is I had Arkansas in the Sweet 16 beating St. John's, and I know St. John's was a pretty popular Elite 8 or Final 4 pick, so that's been my best call. That in Michigan. So that's been pretty accurate. I had Clemson, and I guess we'll go from the top up in the next region. So Tennessee and Kentucky, I had both of that. That was pretty chalk. Both those teams look very good. Then we have Houston and Purdue. So I thought Clemson would be making it. But that was also a hot take. That was one I was not. That was not a good take for me, because McNeese beat Clemson round 1. But all the analysts said that Clemson was super good or whatever, which I think they are. They just literally couldn't buy a bucket their first game. And then I had Gonzaga beating Houston, and while it didn't happen, it was a pretty close game towards the end, and Gonzaga had a shot to win it. So I don't feel terrible about that pick. Now here's my worst one. I had Wisconsin going to the Elite Eight, and they lost round of 32 to BYU. Apologies, BYU. I was not familiar with your game. I knew you guys were a solid team, but man, that offense is fun to watch. And Wisconsin also had a shot to win or tie, and they ended up coming up short. But it felt like BYU was in control most of that game. And I honestly wouldn't be shocked if they beat Alabama. They look very good. That should be another very entertaining game between those two high-powered offenses. And then I had Duke and Arizona in the Sweet 16. I had Liberty beating Oregon. That was not even close to happening. Oregon smacked them. Same with the Arizona-Akron. A lot of people thought Akron might win. I actually had Arizona, but yeah. So that gives us a Sweet 16 of Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, Michigan State, Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Duke, Arizona, BYU, Bama, Houston, Purdue, and Kentucky, Tennessee. So I guess we'll go through picks from here on out. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll do each region down to the Final Four. So I think Auburn beats Michigan, unfortunately, and I think MSU beats Ole Miss. I think it seems like when teams play MSU, they just forget how to shoot, and I think the same thing happens to Ole Miss. I think this high-powered offense has been super, super good, has trouble scoring, and MSU just finds a way like they always do. So I got Auburn, MSU in the Elite Eight, and I pray to God Auburn wins. So that's we'll manifest it. Auburn in the Final Four. We got Florida, Maryland. I think Florida wins this one. Texas Tech, Arkansas. I'm gonna take Arkansas. Really no rhyme or reason. I mean, St. John's gonna buy a bucket. But I feel like we gotta have one major upset. So we got Texas Tech, Florida, and I think Florida advances. I think this bracket's gonna be pretty chalk, unfortunately. Kentucky, Tennessee. So this one I feel like could go either way. I actually think whoever wins this makes the Final Four. Damn, we're gonna have 3 SEC teams again. I'll give it to Tennessee. But yeah, I'm not sure. That's a coin flip. Houston, Purdue. I would love Purdue, but I don't think Purdue's good enough. I think Houston wins, and I think Tennessee goes to the Final Four. Bama, BYU, and Arizona, Duke. I think Duke wins. Although that could be an interesting game. And actually, this would be awesome if this happens. I'm going to take BYU. BYU, Duke, in the Elite Eight with Duke advancing. So, unfortunately, pretty chalk. 3-1 seeds. I just think it would be awesome if BYU advanced. I don't want all these SEC teams. So, we got Auburn against Florida. I'm going to have Florida advancing. And Duke, it's the same Final Four that I have. That's so funny. I'm going to stick with my Final Four, Florida over Duke, or Florida over Bama, Florida over Auburn, and then Duke over Tennessee with Duke winning it all. I'm sticking to it. So, that's my proposed Sweet 16. My dog's barking outside. Yeah, some of you are doing pretty well in this group. I think I'm tied for 6th. So maybe we make a comeback. But whoever's in first place is doing a good job. And if you stick to it, we'll review your bracket in a future video. have a soccer game tonight. I'm subbing with one of my friends. It's a 10 p.m. game Monday night. Those are not the most fun, but hopefully it doesn't affect my cold. Sticky sound. Let me know if you guys like the basketball noises. I was gonna say, I don't think it's the first Saturday of the month. I don't know if you heard that. It's like some siren went off. It's very brief. It was like